All right. What's up? It's your boy Ken. So cool. We back with another podcast. And I know it's been a while. It's been almost a year since I've did an episode. And I
Yeah.
apologize. Like I really do apologize for keeping y'all waiting. A lot of people be hitting me up saying, "Hey, where's the podcast? Where's the new episode?" Here we are. And today I got my boy Dylan. He's I don't want to just call him a shoe reseller because he sells everything and he got his hands in everything. He's a podcaster, he's a host. I see him in all the cool events. Like, so he's a guy you will definitely want to know. And that's why we got him on the podcast today. And Dylan, let us know a little bit about yourself and then we can just go into the conversation.
Perfect, brother. Yeah. So thank you so much, first and foremost, for having me today, bro. It's a pleasure. I'm a serial entrepreneur based out of Las Vegas. My full name is Dylan Sanglay, aka D Sanglay. That's what people mainly know me for on social media. Know me as on social media. But yeah, man, like you said, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I do it all. I buy and sell everything now. People mainly know me for the shoes. So, if you guys check out my IG, like that's mainly like what I love to talk about is shoes. You know what I mean? I started when I was 17 years old. I started flipping clothes actually, $5 to $10 clothes. Because I really wasn't able to get into shoes fully because I didn't have the capital. So yeah, I started building the capital just off of going to thrift shops and these swap meets and all these different events locally. And I just used to educate myself, get a lot of wisdom and knowledge from all the different resellers here locally. And I started writing down brands that used to sell. So when I started selling these clothes, like I was like, all right, Tommy Hilfiger, Guess. Like there were so many different brands that I had to write down that I was like, okay, I need to look for these brands when I go thrifting,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So yeah, just fast forward from there to now, like it's just absolutely crazy. But I can't wait to have a conversation with you on the whole journey, man. It's been absolutely insane. So yeah, aside from that, I do content creation. Sort of like you and your brother. It's funny how I actually met you and your brother. I met your brother first, but it was at CPT. So shout out Blake and Hayes from Celebrity Poker Tour.
Definitely
They
shout out Blake.
introduced
Yeah.
yeah, they introduced us all together. So that's ultimately why we're here today. So yeah, man, I'm excited to do this podcast with you today.
All right, definitely, and it's cool. You had mentioned earlier how you before you could get into the selling of shoes, you had to sell clothes. So, did you always have that goal to sell shoes? Like, was that always like the main thing you wanted to sell, push?
Well, to be honest with you, man, the goal really wasn't to sell shoes.
Okay.
Just I had to take in consideration of like what I really wanted to do before, or what I was doing before. When I was in third, fourth grade, I used to sell lollipops to my classmates. And there was a point in time where I was in fourth grade. I remember this very vividly. I picked up this Allen Iverson book, and Allen Iverson used to have this sweatband ring
Remember that?
that it was like number three,
I
and he
remember.
used to wear it during the games. And I'm like, damn, like that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? I got it because I got good grades in school. When I was in fourth grade, I picked up the book, started reading it. Every single page, or most pages, I saw Allen Iverson wearing this sweatband ring. So I was like, I took a note card and I was like, dang, I kind of want one of these. So I took a note card, I wrapped it around my finger, and I sharpied it black all the way around, and I put the number three with the white out marker.
Yeah,
And yeah, man, I made my own Allen Iverson number three ring, and everyone started asking me. All my classmates started asking me. They're like, "Dang, like, can you make me a Kansas City Chiefs one? Can you make me a Laker one?" And I just started getting all these different orders, and I'm like, "Yeah, of course I could."
oh
I
wow,
was selling them for like $3 to $5 each, bro
wow, that's crazy.
in fourth grade, so I had to really take in consideration of what God had blessed me with, like what talents and skills God had blessed me with at an early age, which was communication and just entrepreneur, like having the entrepreneurial mindset at such a young age, right? Like
Definitely.
my mom or my dad never told me to be like, yo, like go out there, sell candy, go out there and like figure out a way to start making money, right? I wanted to do that myself. Like I wanted to get ice cream. I wanted to get ice cream after school. I wanted to save money early. And I didn't want to have to ask my parents like every single day after school, like, hey, dad, hey, mom, can I have $1 so I could get ice cream? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like I wanted to make it myself. So like back, back in third and fourth grade, I used to come home and my pockets used to be full of ones, bro. Ones and quarters and all this stuff. So like, yeah, man, like that. So to answer your question, that really wasn't the goal. Like the goal really wasn't to ultimately sell shoes.
Yeah.
I just had to think of like what knowledge I had built over the years and
Yeah.
like what I was passionate about at the end of the day. And the answer was shoes. Like I love shoes. And now, now I'm buying and selling everything: houses, cars, sneakers, clothes, watches, jewelry, gold, everything. You know what I mean? Anything that I can make $1 on, I'm gonna do it. So yeah, that's basically how I did it, bro. Like,
Wish I had
yeah,
that mindset as a kid, man. At three, I'm at third grade, fourth grade, man. What was I doing? I was drawing. I was a great artist, so that's what I was kind of doubling down on. I used to love reading books. Still today, to this day, like I'm an avid reader. But I was never thinking about getting money. And I guess
yeah,
it's because, I mean, growing up, it was five of us, so I was the middle of five kids. We really couldn't get everything we wanted. Like
yeah,
things that but and then there was times where my grandma used to say, "Hey, if you make the honor roll, whoever makes the honor roll get anything they want." Like
yeah,
so,
yeah,
I
yeah,
was a
yeah,
kid who would always
yeah,
make the honor roll, and she would
yeah.
just buy me everything that I wanted. So it was like I was kind of spoiled to an extent, but it's also like I really didn't want a lot. And then I did start seeing money, I took the wrong path. Like when I
Mm,
started seeing like money, I'm like, oh, I want that. But I wasn't thinking of selling. I'm like, man, I'm gonna get it the easiest way I can. Hey, it's $1 laying right there. It is. I know it's
yeah,
mine, but
bro.
it's mine now, basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm glad I got out of that mindset. But still, I wish I did have that entrepreneurship mindset younger. I didn't get that till I was probably like 17. Yeah, 17, I was junior in high school and I was in this graphics design class. And I
Mm,
used to make posters for people at my school. Then
that's cool.
that kind of graduated to me seeing like the doughboys around my city selling weed. I'm like, oh, I guess I want to do that too.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It didn't last that long. I probably got 3 hours into selling weed and realized it wasn't for me. Like, so
Mm,
then like that being 17, and they gave me a job in high school too. Like, so my senior year, we had this co-ed class. So for half of the day you do school, then the other half you go to a job they give you. They gave me that because once again, I was a smart student. So I
yeah,
was always able to make money, but it was like very minimum. And I really didn't care for money like that.
I see.
It was like until I got older, like 28, when I was like, oh no, I want to be rich. I want to be
Yeah,
successful.
yeah, 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 yeah.
That long to realize, oh snaps, I really been like not caring for money because of the mindset that I had towards money. I grew up in a religious household where
Right.
you always hear money is the root of all evil, money don't grow on trees, all these negative things about money that I was adopting subconsciously that in reality it didn't fit with who I was, and I had to shake that off as I like became a man. Like so,
No, I feel you.
yeah,
I mean, like I 100% agree. You know what I mean? I was always around people that used to say, "Oh, money's not everything. Money doesn't buy happiness," and all this stuff. Like even at a young age, I remember all that.
yeah,
But I think I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was myself or my parents had this idea when I was super young. They had this idea of having a shoebox for me. And again, I don't know if it was me or if it was them that had this idea, but basically all the birthdays, all the holidays that I would get money, I would put the money inside of the shoebox. So yeah, man, like every time, I would get a gift or I would get rewarded from, the honor or getting good grades or doing good in school, I would put the money in the shoebox.
yeah.
And I remember opening up my first official bank account for myself when I was 18 years old. So I counted up all this money and it was a good wad of money. I was like, damn, but I just even remember when I was a kid, like I didn't even want to spend my money, bro. Like I wanted to really like save and I wanted to see the money grow. Like
Like that, right?
obviously now like my mindset with money is different. Like you got to save to invest. You can't just
Yeah,
save your way to $1 million plus,
yeah,
you
exactly.
know? Um, because that's the ultimate goal is to have time and financial freedom and to have wealth and be happy and peaceful with your you know your friends and family.
Exactly.
Um, but yeah, man, like I had that mindset early. You know, I remember there was another story when I was at we were at the mall at a Cinnabon Galleria Mall specifically, and I think I was like 11 years old, bro. I was young, you know what I mean? I was still in like grade school, you know, and I used to have this whole wad of cash in my wallet. I probably had like $300 in like ones and fives and
Yeah.
twenties by you know selling and doing all this you know side hustles. So my uncle asked if I had a quarter. So what I had done was I took out all the cash from the wallet to look for the quarter,
Wow.
and I was like, "Nah, I don't got a quarter." I wasn't even thinking about it at the time. I'm like, "Damn, should I just give him $1?" I
Yeah.
wasn't even thinking about it at the time. I just knew that he wanted a quarter, so I took out all this money from the wallet, and there was no quarter, so I put it all back, and I was like, I don't got a quarter." And he remembers that story to this day. It's so
Wow.
funny. He brings it up to this day, and he was like, "Yeah, like I asked Dylan for a quarter instead of him paying for the whole, you know, the whole Cinnabon, which was probably like $5-6." You know, I told him I didn't have the quarter that he wanted, like
Wow.
over
That's
$300.
crazy.
Yeah, bro, $300 in the wallet. It was crazy. It was
I
like I
would have
got
never let that go either.
yeah,
Like,
bro.
yeah, but yeah, I didn't have that. Man, I wish I had that type of relationship with money. I wish I had the relationship of saving and money. My little brother Jinx, he was the one who had the side hustles, saving, stacking, and I every time I would get it, it seemed like money would just burn my pocket. It was like I had no type of respect for money. I didn't know about financial literacy. I didn't care about saving. Like all I just knew, like money will always come to me. Like and like once I graduated from high school, I went straight to the military. So it was like the everything was given to me from the house and the clothes, the food. So it was like
Right, right.
basically collecting a check. And once again, I wasn't valuing it. So I would always spend my money on clothes, shoes, jewelry, things I really didn't need because I would give it away later on. So I'm like, man, it wasn't until like I once again I got older and more mature, and I'm like, oh snaps, I've been throwing away a lot of money. I've been
Yeah,
throwing away a lot of time. And really, it's because I didn't have people teaching me or the right. It seemed like you just realized was getting a lot of money and had the forward mindset to say, I want to see this grow. You didn't say somebody taught you about it. So once again, it was like, man, well, we all go through what we have to go through to make us become who we are. And I can't be like, man, I wish I had to save more because what
exactly.
I had to deal with that money. Like I had to go.
Everyone got their own journey. Everyone got their own visions and goals. You know what I mean? Like I believe God gave me this vision early because you know he had a path for me. Like he had a plan for me, and he still does. He has a plan for all of us. You know, and I just to be honest with you, I feel like a lot of kids don't know about money nowadays. It's about finance. Like a lot of kids don't have financial literacy nowadays. Not because it's their fault, you know, not because their parents didn't do the right things for them. It's just simply because, you know, most of our teenage years, all of our, you know, our most of our youth is spent in school.
Yeah,
So what do they teach you in school? They don't teach you about money. They don't teach you about buying a house. They don't teach you about taxes. They don't teach you about mortgages. They don't teach you about any of the most important things
Ox.
that you could possibly do in your life today. You know, like, yeah, man, like I went to college for 2 years. And after those 2 years, I was like, I'm out. You know, I want to focus it on it. I want to focus in on my business. I want to focus in on truly what I'm passionate about and what I genuinely love.
Yeah,
You know, a lot of people doubted me. A lot of people said, you know, you're crazy. You know, you're a fool for dropping out of school. And, you know, even my close loved ones told me, they're like, you know, why don't you just go to school for the plan B? You know, just go to school for a plan B. You know what I mean? Like worst case scenario, you know, you get a job, or if it doesn't work out for your business, like, you know, like they were doubting me early. You
yeah,
know, like you don't even see the potential. You don't even see the mindset. You don't see the visions that God has given me. So it's like,
exactly.
why should I listen to any of you guys?
Yeah,
You know, like even if it is your mom, even if it is your dad, even if it is your sister or whoever you are with, like every single day. Who cares? Like if God gave you that vision, pursue it.
Facts.
If there's an itch in your body that's like, man, you got to do this certain thing, whether it's like in the music industry, whether it's in entrepreneurship, whether it's in the medical field, whatever it is, pursue it, right? Because at the end of the day, like you don't want to live your life with regret.
Exactly.
Anyone could go back to school. Anyone could get a good job, later on down in their career. But there's only a certain amount of time where you can have, good energy and like be able to move how we move right now in our 20s, right? Like I'm 25 right now, bro. I don't see myself working a 9 to 5 job till I'm, 65, 70 years old and then retiring. And the average lifespan is what, 85, 90 years old? Let's just say even 100.
Yeah.
So you're giving me, you're telling me I got to work 65 to 70 years just to live a good retired life. By the time I'm, 70 and die in like 30 years?
Right.
You know what type of lifestyle is that? Like I want to grind now. I want to grind in my early teens. I want to grind in my early 20s, and then retire early when I'm like 30, 35, maybe even like 40.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but like,
right path.
yeah, bro, it's just so like people like brainwash you into thinking that you got to do that. Like
Exactly.
it's not, it's different. It's different nowadays. You can make money off of making videos on social media. You can make money off of anything. There's millions of ways to make
Everything.
money.
Yeah, every way you could literally like use your phone and make money off of it. You don't gotta go nowhere. You ain't gotta. Yeah.
That's all I needed, bro. In order for me to do what I do now, that's all I genuinely needed is a phone and the hustle, Wi-Fi and a computer. Like you don't need the craziest of things. You don't need, insane, capital.
Yeah.
All you need is the drive and motivation for you to actually get started. But people don't understand that. Like you have to go up and down, up and down, up and down, and up and down. Like, yeah, bro, I'm just truly blessed. You know what I mean? You're truly blessed. Everyone listening to this and everyone watching this right now is truly blessed. But people got to understand that early, right? People are too busy complaining, and too many people are busy wasting time and energy on things that they can't even control.
Exactly.
Focus on the things that you can control, and then execute day by day. Do it one by one. Like I was telling you even before the podcast, get a planner, buy a planner. You could probably get one at the dollar store right now. $1.25, whatever it is. Write down every single day. Set up your week, what you want to do day by day. Every single day, what you got to do, check mark it off, cross it off, then do the thing. Right? If you got to work out, check it off, go work out. If you got to go, for example, if I got to ship items, I'll check it off. I'll package my items and I'll ship them out that day. If I got to create content and post content, I'll check it off. I'll do that thing, that same exact time. And I won't move on to the next task until I'm done with it. Yeah. And then, I'll do the things that I have to do, like that are main priority first.
Yeah.
And then the things that are like that are least priority, if I can't do it, it's fine. I'll move it on to the next day. I'll put an X next to it. I'll cross it off and I'll move it on to the next day. But I won't put a check mark next to it until I completed that task. You know what I mean? So after I'm done with this podcast, I'll put a check mark, cross it off. All right, the podcast is done. Now we don't got to reschedule. We don't got to do anything else. Like we already got it done.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Now it's your job to start, making the clips.
Yep.
Right. You're going to publish it, make the clips, whatever it is. And then my team's probably going to come in, start making clips from this podcast as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, bro, it's all about efficiency. That's all it is.
And consistency. Like you can't
exactly
have out the both. Yeah. So man, it's dope. Like I was able to have you on here. Like I said, I met you at the CPT dinner the first time, but I actually was following you on Instagram probably like years before that. Like I was following your designer, etc_etc Instagram.
Yes, sir.
And this dude got all the dope shoes. And then when I met you in person, I'm like, oh, I recognize you. Like the fact that we was able to build a relationship off that. And then come together and have this podcast. I know this is only the beginning. Like you are a cool, dope guy. Like, man, this is somebody you want in your corner, want on your side. Like I can learn so much. And it's crazy. You're only 24. I'm 30.
25 now. 25. I
Okay,
just
my
yeah,
bad.
just turned 25 in October, bro.
Yeah,
So
I'll be 35 in March, bro.
oh dang, bro, you look like a kid. You
I
still
know
look
I
like you're in
get
your
that a
20s
lot,
too,
so I
bro.
have that going for me. Like, yeah, I'm not a
Yeah.
serial entrepreneur, but man, my mind, I'm glad that it works the way it does. Like, and I'm glad I look the way I look. Like, so I have things that's going for me, like, man, and I'm like, it's such a blessing. Like, just being CJ's little brother, like, that's a whole, like, something that
Look,
I used to try to run from
yeah.
because I'm like, I want to get out of his shadow. I don't want to just always be known as CJ little brother. And this used to go back
Really?
to when we was kids. Like CJ wasn't always CJ so cool, but he was always CJ, meaning like he was always him. Like so even like me being 11 months younger than him, like I was only a grade lower than him. So every school, every class, people always knew who he was. So I never had my name. I was always CJ little brother.
I
Like
feel
so when he became a YouTuber and blew up, it's like now when I go out, bro, I'm in Vegas. We come from Gary, Indiana. I'm still getting known for being his little brother. So I'm like, man, I really need to embrace this, like, because I've
yeah.
really been trying to run from it, trying to start my own thing. That's why I actually created Positive Minds Only. It's because I was trying to create something that was like had nothing to do with my brother because it seemed like my identity was solely based off being his brother. So, like I said, nowadays I embrace it because it's
Yeah.
brought me so many opportunities. It's got me
Good.
so many rooms. Like, man, I got to meet Mr. Beast the other day. Like,
Yeah, I saw that.
that's insane. Like for
Saw
me,
that.
like, and I was watching him years ago. Like, so
Mhm.
is
Mhm.
man meeting Dana White, like Alex Pereira. Like, I done got to meet so many people just in the past 2 or 3, yeah, almost 3 weeks, basically. Like,
Yeah, bro.
I've been networking too. Like I ain't been just in the room, like being on like a fly on the wall, because that's how I used to be. I used to just observe everything, never give my 2 cents, never say what was on my mind. And I realized that was holding me back as well. And you had said earlier, like communication, you was communicating early. Like I
Yeah.
always knew like how to communicate, but I didn't. Like
Yeah.
I was the quiet kid. Like so,
So I mean, like, to be honest with you, I don't think that is a bad thing. You know what I mean? One of my mentors, he made a post. He said talking more with the youngsters, but listening more to the elderly people that have more wisdom.
yeah,
And yeah, man, there's nothing wrong with like being in the corner and listening and absorbing all the information because 9 times out of 10, like even though you know a lot of different stuff and you have a lot of knowledge and wisdom within yourself, right? It doesn't mean that you gotta be the one that talks the most every single time. You
exactly.
know, like most of the time, these really smart and knowledgeable people that have that are very very high level usually are the ones that listen the most. So I try to do a little bit of both. I know my place and I know my time. Like I know when I want to dial in and really absorb the information and learn, and I know when to put my 2 cents and communicate what I have to say. And you know I think again that's where God has given me the gift of communication, is to know when the time is right to say the things that I got to say, right? Because I'm not going to talk to you about poker if I don't know about poker. I'm not
Exactly.
going to talk to you about bowling if I don't know anything about bowling, right? I just feel like a lot of people try to do that, try to fit in, when in reality, they might just end up making themselves look stupid. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? So again, yeah, bro, like I think that's amazing. You know what I mean? Like for you to be known as CJ's little brother, whatever it is, it's great that you want to, you know, venture out and do your own thing. But I tell my family this all the time. It's like, I'm the one that took the risk. I'm the one that like went out and like took the risk, and I'm not doing the ordinary go to school, get a good job, work till you're 70, 7 years old or whatever it is. Like, you know, and realistically, I compare myself to other people. I compare myself to different influencers and different people that are doing very well in life. But you got to take a step back and you got to realize again all the blessings that God has given you. You know what I mean? Like I think about all the things that God has given me, and He's given me everything I've ever prayed for, plus more.
Exactly.
You know?
Too. Yeah, yeah. So
So yeah, bro. It's like, and I tell my family all the time, like, don't shy away from the work that I've put into.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Utilize the skills that I've built. Ask me questions, right? If you want to network with anyone in my network, ask me.
yeah,
Let me know. Like, for example, like my sister wants to be an entrepreneur. She wants to, have her own business, and she tried to start her own little thing with the Ramo Bushans and the roses and stuff like this. So it's like, why not venture out and start posting content on social media?
yeah.
You want to be a content creator, like that's ultimately. I know she wants to do it, but she's just so caught up in like, oh, what are other people going to think and all this stuff. It's insecurity,
Exactly.
but it's like, if I never got out there and posted my first video, or if I never got out there and started posting every single day 10, 20 videos a day, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Facts.
So, and like, who cares? Like, who cares if anyone thinks like that your videos look stupid, or some random person comments some hate on your video? At the end of the day, are they going to pay your bills?
Oh,
Are they gonna be the ones, putting money into your bank account every single month? No. At the end of the day, it's you and God. You guys are the only two people that can really make this thing work.
yep.
you
And
know
the haters don't arrive until you start doing what you're supposed to do.
that's it.
Nobody's
that,
hating
that,
on
that's
you if
actually
you're not doing nothing, bro.
that's actually an accomplishment. The
Yep.
haters it's actually an accomplishment, because at the end of the day, those are also supporters as well.
Exactly. Yep.
It's like, it's funny because I think at the end of the day, like I said, the haters are the number one supporters, because I got people in my comments every single day, every single week, every single month, commenting some hate. But what do? I absorb it. I thank them for their engagement, and I move on. That's
Exactly.
it.
You
You know
transmute
what I mean?
that
Like,
energy.
what more can you
Sure.
do, bro? Like,
Yep.
they're boosting your engagement on your page, bro. They're
Yep.
boosting the engagement on your videos. Like, what? You're gonna throw some negative at them, and then what? You guys gonna argue in the comments, and what? And then what?
Yeah.
What are you guys gonna do next?
They giving you time and energy. Like
Exactly.
you got to transmute that every time. Like never let it get to you. Because at first, like when I was 19, bro, and the internet was popping off, I used to be a troll. Like I used to, for no reason, no apparent reason at all. Like they used to have these little tiny video chat things, and I used to just be trolling.
Yeah.
So when I
Yeah.
got older and I got my full
Yeah.
platform and people start trolling me, I'm like,
Oh,
it comes
dang.
with it
That's
too.
crazy.
Like, so I
Hey,
don't,
from from,
I don't
from
get mad.
troll from
Yes.
troll to social media influencer to entrepreneur. I like that, bro.
So definitely, like, man,
Hey,
it,
that's cool that you fessed up to that, though, because I know there's a lot of people that are entrepreneurs now that probably have trolled other entrepreneurs.
yep,
Um, and like, yeah, it just shows the growth in you. You know what I mean? Like, you had your highs and you had your lows. Like, and it's cool that you're able to really fess up to them. You know,
and it made me
so
who I am. Like I could never get mad when somebody trolls because knowing me, like and knowing what my journey and my path, like 'cause I'm like,
that's what you
you
did.
know, like yeah, I understand the game because I know it's not coming from malicious intent. It's not me or them really hating me because they don't know me. Like, how could you
Yeah, they
hate
don't know you.
somebody you don't know? Like, bro, you just see me scrolling and like so. It all comes with the game. Everybody wants to be a comedian. They just
That's it.
yeah,
That's
they
all
ain't
it is.
getting paid for it. Like, so they do it the best way they can by getting the most likes. So, like, that's
Yeah, bro. They think it's funny and all this stuff, but at the end of the day, it's like, if you have the time and energy to comment some hate or negativity on someone's post, it's like who's really losing at the end of the day? The
exactly.
person that received the comment, or the person that made the comment and posted it?
Yeah, because you
Who's losing?
exactly
You
the
know,
one who posted because you exposing your true.
exactly.
Like, yeah,
Yeah, exactly, bro. And I have my deepest empathy towards the people that do troll, because it's like, damn, I kind of have to take a step back, and it's like, damn, what are they going through in their lives?
yeah,
Why did they even have to take the time out of the day to like post this negative comment? You have to take a step back and be like, damn, like, this person's probably going through something.
yeah,
Like, they're in their bed scrolling on social media late at night. One, taking the time to, comment on my video and put some hate on the post. And it's like, damn, it's like for them to go through all that just to comment some negativity on your post, they got to be going through something in their own personal life.
Definitely got to have a negative mindset. Like, so
Mm-hmm.
I had,
So it's all about
as a
empathy.
person, like I had a negative mindset. I wasn't positive like, thinking like at all. Like, so I
And
was,
that's why
you know
positive mind
what?
only.
Exactly. And I would troll, you know why I used to troll? Because I had insecurities about my own self.
There you
Like, that's what it was. Like people
go.
who comment hate and they troll, they're insecure. So they
Exactly,
don't
bro.
know how to express it in any other way because they're not gonna get in the mirror and talk down to themselves.
Yeah.
Like so the only way they can do is project it onto everybody else who's successful.
I saw this post the other day, and I told my girlfriend about it as well. And the post basically stated like, there's only two types of people that will hate on you, right? The one that's doing less than you, and the one that is afraid that you're going to be doing more than them, right? So let me say that again. There's two types of people that are going to hate on you. The one that believes, or the one that has done less than you, and the one that is afraid that you're going to do more than them. So, and like when I saw that, I'm like, bro, that's so true.
Yeah.
Like there's no, for example, if I ever met Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, they would never hate on me for starting a business,
Yeah.
right? LeBron will never make fun of you for airballing a 3-pointer. You know what I mean? Like the greats of the greats and the best people and the winners in the world will never hate on someone that is trying to do the thing that they've already done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say this, not to cut you off. I'm gonna say this one thing because I do have to go, and and it's gonna piggyback off what you said.
Of course.
You got people who in the game, who plan the game, the greats, LeBron, Michael. You got the people who on the bench. They may get on the court, but then you
Exactly.
got the people that's in the crowd that's doing all the talking, all
All the
the
time.
hating. They will never be on that court
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. That's a great
Those
example
who
too.
make no most noise. So yeah,
Yep.
I never pay attention to what the crowd, the people in the crowd saying. Like, but yeah, you're not in the
Exactly, bro.
game. Like,
But yeah, man, I know you, like you said, you gotta go. So we could even do like a part two soon. But
definitely,
yeah, man,
definitely.
it was a great time talking to you. To everyone listening, man, make sure you guys go follow me on social media at dsanglay, DSNGLAY. If you guys want to shop with me, it's in all of my bios. So designer steals and designer deals with a Z at the end. Okay, guys. So once again, shout out to my guy Ken, and for having me on Positive Minds Only. And yeah, man, always remember, don't sleep. We got the heat. Yes, sir.
All right.
Ken, much love, family. Appreciate you, bro. Of
Thank you. Thank you again for coming.
course, my guy.